It's time to It's time to start your engines and be part of the conversation. You can always ask the experts, Raffi and Dan Rosenberg, because it's now time for Clutch Radio. The show starts now.
All right, there we go. That was not easy to do.
Yeah, that's amazing. The technology is...
Yeah, now you get to see what happens. I don't just hit a button. I got to hit all these other buttons.
There are all kinds of buttons.
All right, so welcome to Clutch Radio. It's Saturday morning. Hopefully everybody can hear us. We're live in the car. We're in the Polestar 2. A 2021 Polestar 2. First thing we always do when we do the road shows is we go through a car wash. So we'll go wash the car. But please put any comments you have. If you can't hear us or if the sound is off, please let us know in the comments because that'll help. Obviously, if you listen to the podcast, that has nothing to do with anything. And it's not going to be a good podcast show because I'm going to have to edit this because there's a lot of visual in this show.
Yeah, that's true.
It won't make for a good one. So the comments will show up right there. I'm not going to be reading the comments while I'm driving, but I put Raffi in charge of it.
And as a special treat today, we're going to go old school based on the car that we see on the road. And that's how we're going to choose old school today.
Oh, very nice. All right. Well, we actually are at a gas station right now.
Which is ironic.
Yes.
Tell us why.
Because this car is 100% electric.
That's right.
And I was going to pull up to the pump and like hold the thing out and go, oh, where does this go in? But I figured, you know what? It's kind of hacky. All right. So we're going to take off. And there's also a pot shop right there too.
Which is kind of interesting.
Yeah. So
you've got fuel and fuel.
Yeah. You got what's the word I'm looking for? You got your gas.
Yes.
And then you got your leaf.
The other thing is it's also a communist market, so it's a great place to get your munchies.
Right. Yeah. So you get high, you get low. This is called high and low.
There you go. You're low on fuel and high on high.
So this car has a lot of torque.
Oh yeah.
And I'm going to pull out of here kind of quickly.
And watch out for that guy.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's going to do it. Here we go. You ready?
Oh my God, that thing is fast.
And we're at 60. All right.
Good grief, that thing is fast.
Yeah, it does have a lot of
wow.
torque to it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. And what you don't expect that kind of performance out of a sedan. This is a 4-door family vehicle, a car you can take the kids to soccer practice. You can go camping if you want in this. There's with the hatch in the back, there's plenty of space and room to store things.
Lots of room.
And that kind of performance, that's like Porsche performance.
Yeah, 0 to 60 is 4.1.
4.1 seconds.
Yeah, they say I've seen anywhere from 4.5 to 4.1. We might be able to check it later if we can get out on the freeway. Maybe we'll do a quick.
That's insane.
Quick check.
Wow.
Adam in the comments, I did just notice he was amazing. He was at the car looks amazing. Thank you, with the nice seatbelts.
Yes.
It's actually our sash.
Our sash.
Miss America. And Adam was just at the Mossy shop a few days ago.
There you go. He
services like the drinks and things.
Now, something that our viewers might notice if you're watching on the Facebook live stream, you'll notice that we have a panoramic sunroof as well.
Yes.
Above here, I think this is a feature that all Polestars have, Dan.
Right now, they all do, because the only ones they have available in the United States are what they call the Launch Edition, not a Launcher.
Not to
different
be confused,
brand.
Yes.
And they come pre-equipped with the Plus and the Power package, and then I added the Performance package, which also gives you these nice seat belts and also gives you 20-inch wheels, the Brembo brakes.
Yes.
Not easy to say.
Brembo
brakes, and they're also gold. So it's kind of my Pittsburgh Steelers or New Orleans Saints.
You got gold
car.
Brembo.
I got gold Brembo. So I'm black and gold, and it does the car's all-wheel drive. It's got 2 motors, 408 horsepower total.
Wow. No wonder it's so fast.
I think it's 489 pounds of torque.
What I was impressed with this large open sunroof is how roomy the car feels with it.
Yeah.
Because it's a low roof line, and you sit pretty low in the car. But this really helps give it much more of an expansive feel.
Yeah, the negative, and I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up their butt. They didn't give me the car for free. If they did, then you'd be the best. But this doesn't open.
Yeah,
and my wife hates that. She's like, "Why have a sunroof that doesn't open?" Well, the good thing is it does give you more headroom. I'm almost 6'4", and I've got there's a lot of room here. The other amazing thing is I don't feel a ton of heat coming in from it.
Yeah.
Even when it sits outside for quite a long period of time, the heat is not that bad. It seems to reflect a lot of it.
I think it's got a special film on it because it's different tint.
Oh, this road's different
from the. Yeah, they're finally finishing it here.
Wow, look at that.
But
sorry.
That's okay. That was surprising to me because we had the car out when it was one of those really hot, unusually hot Pacific Northwest days, and we got inside the car, and it was not like a car that had been sitting in the parking lot hot.
Yeah.
It was much cooler than I had expected.
And for a black car, that's impressive.
Yeah.
And it also has settings. You can set a parking temperature where you can say, keep the car at this temperature while I'm gone, which I didn't do. And you can preset it on your app. Like if you're going to get in the car in 20 minutes, you can say, hey, in 20 minutes, I want my car to be 64 degrees.
That's very convenient. I can't believe, of course, viewers can't see it here, but right in front of us here, it's basically a tablet-sized screen with full color touch display, and a lot of cars have these. But what I like about this one, it's very intuitive. Even a knucklehead like me can understand where to navigate from the prompts here, and it's situated in such a way that it operates pretty much like your radio console and in a traditional car. So I think that's also helpful. Plus, the format is familiar as well, and they've moved navigation to the steering wheel.
Well, that's an option. You can have it there, or you can have.
Now, can you also?
I'm not sure where to do that.
Can you also move the backup camera to your rear view mirror?
No, there's nothing up here for that.
Okay.
But it does have 360 camera, so it's got a camera in each mirror and on the front and on the back. So when you're parking, and I'll show some. I'll bring the camera off, the phone off the mount here, and show something.
Turn on the 360 view when we're going through.
Oh yeah, that's what I plan on doing because it's crazy looking.
Yeah.
Adam in the comments has asked what's the range on a full charge. They say around 230,
which is pretty good.
And I think they're being conservative because I feel like I'm getting more than that. And a lot of the videos I've seen, the car doesn't, get to zero and it keeps going a little bit because I think they want to have a little bit of the safety factor, a little bit of the fudge factor.
That could be. That's like with the airlines when they tell you your flight's going to land at 2:10 and it lands at 1:56. And this is great. We're early.
Yes. Now we're at Brown Bear Car Wash.
Fantastic.
And I want to give a shout out to Brown Bear because I have their annual or their monthly plan. So it's like $50 a month, $49 or something, and you get unlimited washes. And the wash that I get is $16, the very best.
Very best.
But it also gives you the ceramic upgrade, which is $5 more. So this is a $21 car wash. If you get 3 a month, you're ahead. And I've had 2 in one day before.
Do you tuck your wheels or your mirrors in?
I don't.
Okay.
Because they don't need to be on this one.
Okay.
And the mirrors are very unique on here because they don't have they're all solid one piece. They don't have like a separate, like no bezel. It's like an iPhone.
And you've been through this car wash
many times. Like I said, I've gone through twice in one day because, the unlimited, I'm going to keep going.
There you go.
They always wave. They're very nice here.
You put the car in neutral.
Put the car in neutral. Now it's hands-free.
There you go.
Now it might get loud, but here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to pull this off of here for a second. And I'm going to, I guess I'll just hold it like, there you go.
So here's the proximity sensors while we're going through the car wash. You can see how it's illustrating. Right. There you go. It's confused by all the activity. Danger, 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 danger.
So those things are very close. For some reason, my car is white on here.
Boy, the camera really does pick up a lot.
And you can also do this. You can customize the shot. So you have the front camera.
Wow.
Or you can have the side camera or the other side camera or the rear camera.
Look at that.
And I would turn the parking sensors off because they're beeping. Not that, you know, you can really hear it that well anyway. And then, of course, you've got the roof.
You know what I just noticed is this projection for their logo.
Yeah, the logo's projected up
on
here. There's the little light right there.
On the area where you can warm up your sandwich.
Yes, if you have a sandwich, you put the sandwich right here on a hot day, it'll actually warm it up.
That'll warm your sandwich. That's a feature, sandwich warmer.
And we're back.
There we are. And we're exiting the car wash now.
And it actually it might rain today, which I wasn't expecting, which means we might go through later today. Or I might bring it back. But yeah, the Brown Bear Car Wash, they do have, I like them locally here in the Seattle area. They're very green, like they repurpose their water. And I'm yelling now, hopefully you can hear us, because the air is blowing right now. It's not just Raffi talking.
Yeah, it's not just me. It's not my hot air.
I'm not going to stop and vacuum and do all that stuff right now. But they have an app for their vacuums now, which is great. And the first time you use it, you get a free vacuum.
There you go. And this car over a Tesla, Dan, because this is your third electric
It's
car.
my fourth electric car.
Oh, that's right. You had the Leaf for a while.
I had a Leaf. I had a Tesla.
Yes, the Tesla Model
I
S.
had a Kia Soul.
Yep.
You
sold your soul.
I sold my soul to Carvana. And I now have the Polestar. The thing with the Tesla was it was early and it was 2013. So every time I went anywhere, people were asking, what do you think? What do you think? How's the car? What do you think? This car, it's, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
I get a lot of that. What is that?
What is that car?
And everybody, you know, when I had my DeLorean, it was the same thing. People always had conversations. Everybody knew everything. This is the one car so far having people go, you know, because you overhear other people talking like, oh, I know what that is.
Right.
And they're
or the wife asks.
Yeah, and the husbands make something up.
The husband would go, it's a
Homoculator 3000.
Yeah, that's what that is. Like, it doesn't look like that. It's got something else on it. What's that logo? I like this car. What is that car? Now, we're now in Polesbo in the Polestar.
Yes, we're in Polesbo in the Polestar. And Ignacio asked, is it you that was showing a car to kids a few weeks ago? Yes, it was. I was driving. This was the coolest thing. I was driving down Madison on Bainbridge Island. So people that aren't local don't know where I'm talking about. I'm driving on the road, and I see these kids on a bike, and they literally stop and they turn around, and they followed me into town. And I parked the car, and they're like, "What is that?" And it was so cool to see that these kids were so interested in it.
Young people.
Yes.
There you go.
And yeah, so that is kind of a nice thing. What we're going to do today here is we're going to take this out on the highway.
There you go.
And then we'll swing back into Bainbridge Island.
And we could do gas prices. We just passed a gas station where gas was $3.50. That's the cheapest here in this general area. Back in town, gas is $3.64, and this is for regular unleaded. Nationally, gas has been going up. So the price of fuel has gone up, and that usually does happen in the summer months. People have increased their summer driving. And I think with the pandemic coming to an end, at least in some states of the country.
Get your shots, jeez.
Oh my goodness, people. If you can medically get a shot and you're not being limited for medical reasons, a lot of people can't get a shot.
Not that many.
Well, there are a few people that have some immunocompromised situations that prevent them from. Yeah, look at that.
See, this guy wouldn't pull it out in front of me. I could have given it everything. I got a guy with an M5 behind me. He wants to race. I'll blow an M5 away, I think.
I think you blow pretty much anything away in this car.
It's
not
subtle.
that we condone that.
No.
We're not condone the blowing away.
Yeah, I'm going to go 0 to 60 very quick. I'm not going to go 0 to 160 very quick. but I could. No, I think 127 is where it caps.
Is that are these limited?
I think it's limited to 127.
Okay. That's probably a good idea because really anything over the speed limit is not a good idea.
Yeah.
Especially for prolonged periods of time. And 100 miles an hour is if you want to test your car, you can certainly do that in a closed course situation because we want to advocate safety, safe driving practices. High-speed automobiles, they're not only dangerous to you driving, but driving them at high speeds can be very dangerous to people around you.
So here's a cool thing.
You have all your hands.
My hands are off the wheel. It's going to tell me in a second to put them back on. It's staying in the lane. It's going to turn a little bit. And this will keep the distance between the car in front of me. It's got the adaptive cruise control, which a lot of cars have now. This isn't like a full autopilot, but it'll come almost to a complete stop as we get to the light. You can see my foot, Raffi. I'm not touching the brake.
You're right. Oh, and it's reading
the distance between the car in front of us. So it will keep its distance. And if this car is, I can get, this is going to work. I've gone all the way to 0 and it stayed in cruise. And when the car took off, my car kept following.
Wow, that's pretty incredible. I wonder.
And like I said, it'll keep, look at this.
Oh yeah, it's steering.
It's steering within the lane. Now this guy's stopping in the intersection for some reason. Come on, schmuck. See, now look, I'm coming almost to a complete stop.
And you're not activating it.
No. Of course, this M3 is right on my ass.
There you go.
He's probably looking at, well, what is that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do want to get close to figure out what car it is.
Come on, dude, get on the 3. Let's see what happens. Now, if he goes way over the speed limit, I just,
Yeah.
I mean, he's one of those M3s that's got all the 3-color paint stripes on his car, too.
Oh, is that one of those?
A little too crazy with the decals.
I see.
Enough with the decals.
All right.
This car has no decal. Well, it has 2 little decals on the bottom of the front doors. It just says Polestar 2, battery electric vehicle. I don't know why it's
the sequel.
Yes, we're in the sequel. Sometimes the sequel's better.
That's true.
It's the Empire Strikes Back of cars. Polestar 1 is good, but it's a 2-door hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
It's not an all-electric,
and
it is $160,000.
Quite a bit more expensive than this one. And Dan, you've leased this
I did do a lease because they had a crazy lease plan.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's see what we can do here.
All right.
Ready? Watch this.
Good grief. Wow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And you don't even feel like we're going 70 miles an hour.
I don't even see that M3 anymore.
I know.
That's crazy. Wow. And the passing speed was really surprising to go from 60, 55, and then into passing mode. That's pretty incredible.
Yeah.
It's smooth too.
Now, quiet.
Yeah.
Now, I know where where a lot of the cops sit. So that's the only other thing is, I don't want to blow people away right now.
One of the things that I think is amazing about contemporary automotive technology is the way contemporary cars have captured, here comes our BMW, have captured the performance of older muscle cars, sports cars, and put them into vehicles that you would never expect have that capability. And this is one of those examples because I would never expect this car. This has to be among the fastest. If I were to buy this car, I would buy it for its overall performance, as opposed to having other exotic cars from my past that I bought specifically because they were fast. But this is pretty impressive.
And see, now because I've got the adaptive cruise control on, it's keeping me within the other cars, but it's also keeping me in the flow of traffic.
So it's adapting to the flow of the car that's fastest, or that's
in front of me,
tracking you.
Right.
Okay.
So if they slow down, I slow down.
I see.
And that way, if they see a cop before I do, I'm already going to slow down. And my brakes aren't going to hit because it's the electric motor
decelerating.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's not like I hit my brakes all of a sudden.
Right. Well, that's another thing that I was wondering about is if there are cars behind you, does it sense that, and does it send a message to flash the brakes?
Well, if I'm sudden braking, yes. If I'm just slowing down, well, you know what? I'm not behind myself, so I don't know.
Yeah,
but I'm pretty sure it shows it when you go to, if you suddenly let off the gas, the brakes do show.
Now, periodically, the top corner of the rear view mirrors or the side view mirrors light up red or yellow.
Yes, that's if somebody is in your blind spot.
Oh, okay. For the blind spot.
So it lets you know before you turn.
Got it.
And another interesting thing with this car, the temperatures are all in 2 degrees. You can't go 67 degrees. You can't go 69 degrees. Maybe that's why they did it, because people say 69. But the other cool thing is the entire car is run by Android. It's got an Android operating system, not just for the entertainment system like some cars have. They're like Apple CarPlay or Android, whatever they call theirs, Google.
Yeah. Now there's some other comments. I don't know if we missed a couple. I can't quite read them from here.
Adaptive cruise control, Adam says.
Yes.
There's our prescription sunglasses?
No. Well, there.
So, we are now going with the rest of everybody in traffic, and we're all black cars. We got a Camaro, an Infiniti, and then that BMW is up there.
Yeah.
And we're cruising right at 70 at the moment, to be honest.
Well, this is the flow of traffic right now.
Technically, we're just going with the flow.
Yep. Which is
now we're going to speed up a little bit because that guy moves, so now we're tracking the BMW.
Now you did a road trip in this car already.
Yes.
Put about 1,000 miles on it, is my understanding.
Yep.
And how was that in terms of charging, and where did you stop to charge?
Well, there's a company called, look at this guy. Oh, poor guy. You know how loud he is?
Yeah,
you know how much gas he just burned just trying to make some noise? I just don't. If I got a ticket live during the show, yes, it's good for the ratings, but that's very expensive. Not that we have ratings, but
the ticket show.
Yeah. Like, oh my God, did you see the guys that are doing a show live? And they got it.
Yeah. I wonder how many times officers have pulled people over and they said, "Yes, officer, I'm live streaming my podcast."
Like, I really just want to blow by this guy, but I'm not going to.
Yeah,
I'd have to hit 90.
Yeah, to get it.
Point. Yeah. Not worth it.
Well, it's interesting looking around at the vehicles that are in our proximity. The majority of them are larger vehicles, SUVs, still a fair amount of minivans on the road, but the dominant vehicle profile is the SUV. You still see a couple of sedans.
Turn on Silverdale here.
Oh. Wow, that acceleration is just amazing. Just amazing. And this vehicle it's kind of in between. It's not an SUV in size, but it's also not sedan-like in its overall
because
design.
It is a hatchback.
It is a hatchback, but it's a 4-door hatchback, which is very unusual.
Yeah.
You don't see that type of configuration.
In our Cars and Coffee group yesterday, one of the guys said it's kind of a little bit like a Grand National. Grand National was a 2-door Buick Regal. Mm-hmm. That just was a black on black Buick Regal. If you just saw it, you didn't know what a Grand National was.
Yeah.
But it was a powerful car.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And it's so quiet. Right now, we're at a stoplight, and you'd almost think that everything is off.
Right. The air conditioners make a little bit of noise.
Yeah.
But because it's Google driven, if I say something like, "Hey Google, turn off the AC," it's not going to hear it right now because the microphone's going through there, so it can't actually.
So
pick it up.
It will turn.
It will.
On.
Yeah. It will control a lot of things in the car. So it's not just the entertainment system that's a Google product. It's the entire car.
And I have to say, I'm impressed with the build quality of this car. It's very, very well done. The materials and textures and things that they featured here, there's quite a lot of nice design details they put into it.
This is a designer, so that's
it's very impressive.
That's high praise.
And fit and finish are always difficult things to do in contemporary cars, especially if you don't have volume manufacturing on your side. But this is very well done, and it's got a Harman Kardon audio system. It has state-of-the-art driving technology as well as entertainment features. It's a very impressive package, and this is not $100,000 car.
No,
But
even fully loaded, I think you can just cross 70
yeah,
if you get every possible thing.
there you go.
But like I said, they pre-packaged a lot of them, so you have to get the all-wheel drive, you have to get the Plus and the power package. The performance package is extra. So very smoothly we hit 60. I mean, it wasn't like head jerking or anything.
Yeah.
But at 60, if I want to, like you were saying, if I want to pass somebody, should not pass on the right. It can go from 60 to 80 very quickly.
Yeah.
Like if I just hit that.
Wow.
And there's 80.
Wow.
Yeah. And
That's amazing.
Now we're decelerating already because we're able to pass this truck. And
that
now we're back.
Amazing.
Now we're back to the speed limit.
Well, as we were talking about other cars on the road, the interesting thing is that over time, and we noticed this the other day, my wife and I were out driving. We have a Lexus SUV, and we came up on another car, and it was an older car, and we got close enough to it at the stoplight that our system was now ingesting the fumes, and we noticed that old smell that you used to get from gas burning cars from the 70s and 80s. And of course we reactivated the system and went to recirculating air. But it's interesting how that used to be the norm. You'd
leaded gas.
That's right. And the smell that would come out of cars. And in probably the next decade, gas burning cars will become less and less frequent on the roads. Even clean burning fuel vehicles, I think, will start to disappear as electric becomes the more prevalent power plant. And keep in mind, it's much easier to convert your automobile manufacturing to all electric fleet. And if you have to change back to fuel burning, it's easier to re-engineer a former electric car platform to a fuel burning one. It's much harder to do the opposite.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Now this car is, so the background, I know we talked about this car a little bit before I even got it, but the background is Polestar was like the performance upgrade of Volvo, kind of like the AMG is to Mercedes. And I believe it was an independent company. Volvo then bought them, and they had certain cars where you could buy the Polestar package. And that was like you have their R line, but then they also had, like their AMG version, or the M version, like at BMW.
Sure.
And then Geely Automotive out of China bought Volvo from Ford quite a few years ago. And
they bought their share in Volvo from Ford. I
think they're a fully owned subsidiary.
Are they?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
And I think so.
We'll find out.
Ask your tax professional.
Yes.
Or your financial advisor. But they decided, Volvo now said, I think by 2030, their entire fleet, everything they sell will be all electric. And at the same time, they decided to take the Polestar name and make it an all-electric brand.
Wow.
So the cars do have the infrastructure of Volvo, which is why you have, it's a startup car company, but this is the Volvo steering wheel. It just has their logo on it. It's exactly the same as what you would see in the XC40.
I think the car utilizes a lot of similar.
Yes, the air conditioning vents are Volvo.
And also, I think the headlight signature might be the same.
The Thor's hammer, they call it. It's got like a vertical line, I think a horizontal line. And so this car is designed in Sweden, built in China. Might be the first Chinese car on the American roads. I can't think of another that's a major. I mean, there's some, little independents that you can buy on Alibaba or whatever and try to get them legal here. But this is the first it's going to be mass produced. And the The 3, which is the next model coming out,
Hmm.
is going to be made in South Carolina, and it's an SUV.
Ah,
So
they're also calling it the 3?
they're going to the Polestar 3.
Wow. Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
All right.
Polestar 2, Polestar 3. But then there's another one, and I'm forgetting the name right now, that is more like the Tesla Model S. It's a big sedan.
Mhm.
It is amazing. All cameras. There's no rear view window.
There's no rear window.
There's no rear window,
Wow.
which I think might end up being illegal. I think you probably have to have one. It might not pass safety, but maybe you don't. There's
Well, that's
monitors
interesting.
everywhere. The mirror is just this thin line. It has cameras in it, and then it projects on the door right here.
That's interesting. That's going to be
The
interesting to
Precept.
see.
It's called the Precept.
Well, you've seen the new Tesla sedan. The steering wheel is
It's like Knight Rider.
it's like a half a steering wheel.
Yeah.
And my theory on that is that Tesla is trying to wean people off of this steering device in front of you. So by cutting it in half, they now reduce the visual drama associated with control, and eventually there will just be a hub there, and the hub will have some control sets in front of it for you to activate, but the assumption is that you won't even be steering the vehicle anymore.
Yeah, you'll just be like, here's the problem with the auto stuff is it doesn't know what to do and there's big gaps. See, it was
Yeah,
bullish.
it's trying to,
But yeah, you'll just be driving. Well, anyway,
and it starts to do what it thinks to do.
but yeah, I mean, it is
Yeah, I can
controlling it
see
right
it
now.
steering.
It's totally following the road.
Yeah,
It says hold the steering wheel. A little yellow light comes up.
it's
So I put my
interesting.
hands back on.
Watching it, it looks like it's bunching, moving a little bit at a time,
Yeah,
which I guess is probably safer than trying to do it in a single smooth action.
I did read on one of the forums because yes, I'm in all the Polestar forums now.
Of course,
Uh,
early adopter that you are.
yes, that a guy was driving and he went to merge into the lane and didn't notice there was a car coming, and the car on its own jerked him back into his lane. Like not nudge, it pulled him back into the lane to avoid the accident.
Wow.
And he said, if I was not in this car, I would have sideswiped that car.
Wow.
And it has those settings on here. There's accident avoidance. There's if you doze off, somehow it can detect. I don't know if there's a camera somewhere looking at my eyes, or if it sees my head pop down or something.
It can detect, and it'll. Well, Volvo's always been big on safety.
Yes.
They've always made that a key feature of their vehicles, and it's a big part of their engineering philosophy that the vehicle, all of the features need to have safety as a priority. We just passed, by the way, a 1988 Toyota Celica, and I've been looking around for vehicles to pop for our. Oh, look what's coming here.
Is that a Ferrari?
That is
that's
the new Corvette.
Wow, I haven't seen the gray one around.
Mid-engine Corvette. Fantastic automobile, the brand new Corvette. I saw one yesterday. I actually saw two yesterday, and God, that's a lot of technology for 60 grand, which is unbelievable. $60,000 for a mid-engine supercar that can compete with a $500,000 Ferrari in every category.
Yeah. And
it's available for $60,000. You couldn't build a car for $60,000. You couldn't restore one for $60,000.
Well, do you know the average new car price?
No.
$40,000.
40.
Yeah.
Is the average.
That's the average new car price. I saw that in August. I'm like, really?
Wow.
That is the average new car price right now.
Wow, that's a high price for. Wow.
I mean, houses used to be half of that.
Yeah.
Well, back in my day.
Much old man.
I don't remember houses being that cheap, but
No, my dad, I think,
yeah,
saw houses that cheap.
my mom definitely did.
But now these days, and look, what you're getting in an automobile for $40,000 is very impressive, but that's a lot of money. This is why I always encourage people, look at used car prices, because
Even right now, though, they're so high.
that's true, but still, you can still save a lot of money buying a pre-owned car, one with 30 or 40,000 miles on the clock already can sometimes be half the price of a brand new car. And we're all cost conscious. We don't like to spend more money if we don't have to. And it used to be that people would like a new car because, just they're cleaner, they're fresher, they're just nobody's been in the car before. It's all you.
Right.
Well, with modern detailing, modern materials, things can clean up really well. And contemporary automobiles, they tend to have been built with quite a bit of durability in mind. So pre-owned cars are a good way to go.
Now, Ignacio in the comments says, you actually got one for 60K? I thought that was the only way to find them was over MSRP. Okay, that is true. What he's saying is, first off, I don't know if they've built one for $59,900 because
he's talking about
Corvette. Yeah, I don't know if they've actually built one. That is this MSRP base model, which is a lot of car.
That's right.
For the base model, that's a ton of car.
But most are 70, 75, 80.
Right.
And that's what people
With the
are
features.
paying for them. Still a lot of car for that money.
And a lot of people are paying way over sticker to buy them.
Yes, that's also true. But if you go shop for one now, you can find them in the 60s, 60 to 70K range. You just got to go looking for them. Although you're absolutely right, they are still at a premium. By next year, I think a pre-owned one will come to market, and you'll see that there'll still be some savings in there.
Well, we've had some on tread, the 2020s. I don't think we've had a 2021 yet. We might have, but we've had some 2020s that went for 20,000 over sticker as a used car.
Yeah,
because the waiting list is so long, the production schedule is so slow that you might find, and the low, if there was a cheaper one built, you might actually find it because the dealer might have ordered it and nobody wants it because they want the LT3 package, they want the heads-up display, they want the adaptive this, the adaptive that.
Sure.
The button you push, its hand comes out and strokes your ego, all that stuff.
And the convertible's coming out too.
Yes.
I've already spoken to 2 people who bought the coupe, and they're looking to buy the convertible now. So they're going to take the car back and trade up to the convertible and maybe not have to pay extra because the demand is so high for the hardtop.
And that's a regular convertible, because right now you can take the roof off, right?
Yes, which I think is fabulous. I don't know. Well, now I haven't seen the convertible yet. That is a big automobile, especially in the back. So the convertible without the roof on top of it, it's going to look even more enormous.
Yeah.
And I'm looking around for some other. I see that's a 99
Audi
Tt. And that's actually a pretty darn good car to go old school.
The TT?
The Audi Tt.
All right. I guess, hold on. Let's see if we can do this. Watch this.
Can you do that?
I think we can do it while we're driving. Oh.
Is it working?
Audio Jungle.
Yep, there it goes.
Turns out I was doing it the whole time.
All right. So today with Old School, we're going to go with the car that we saw that just sparks the old school memory, and that is the Audi Tt. The Audi Tt was a really clever automobile idea, and it was based on vehicles from the 50s that many people were unaware of. The overall design, the vehicle architecture from a couple different cars, including a one-off Porsche. But the Audi Tt, penned by Freeman Thomas, a very well-known and highly capable designer, came from a series of kind of small, quick sketches, sort of utilizing a lower body profile that rounded off on both sides and a very round roofline. The result was a very small, tight, athletic-looking sports car that was quite unique. Its visual signature was unlike any other car on the road. And the TT, which gets its name from a road racing track somewhere in Europe. I don't know exactly where. Maybe viewers will know.
You don't know something?
I can't recall
it's
exactly.
Tiny Tony.
Tiny Tony, TT. So the TT became kind of a flagship car for Audi, but it wasn't a high-performance supercar. It was quick, agile, and very, very capable in a number of different ways. And it was one of those cars that immediately attracted performance-oriented people to the Audi brand. They sold very, very well. And while they were expensive from a general car perspective, they weren't outrageously expensive. And they competed with Porsches, a little higher end from a car like the Miata, for example. Nice interiors, great performance, overall performance package. And today you can get pre-owned Audi TTs, the earlier series ones from the 90s, early 2000s. These cars can be purchased for as little as $10,000 to $12,000, and you're getting a very, very well built premium sports car. Find one that has been properly cared for and not only taken care of, but properly serviced and maintained, and you'll do very well and have something that is very unique and still seldom seen on the roads today.
I like the one, the baseball glove one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it literally was baseball glove leather and stitching.
Yeah, you had the
seats.
thick leather stitching.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, and that's actually a theme that comes from a touring-bodied Ferrari, the 166 MM, where they trimmed the leather around the perimeter of the car, the barchetta, which is a small boat in Italian, with the thick beaded leather stitching. And that's a very, very nice theme to see in a car. And that color, too, that baseball glove color leather is really kind of nice in an automobile, especially against a metallic paint on the exterior.
If I would have done a commercial for them, I'll give this one to you, Audi, if you're out there. You do the convertible version of the TT and the glove leather, and you have it at a baseball game, parked out in the parking lot, and you have whoever the hottest baseball players at the time, and he hits the ball, and it goes out of the park, and the seat catches it.
The seat catches it. There you go. There you go. And
watch this. It might slow down because I do have the cruise set. See how it's slowing?
Slowing down.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. That's not you braking.
No, I'm not braking. I'm
not doing anything.
I'm not doing anything. It's good for people to talk with their hands. They're like, hey. People in front of me are like, what is wrong with that guy? Is he yelling at me? You're good. You're good.
You're all right. No problem.
You're good. You. See, he's going to turn. Now, you see that?
That's you braking.
No.
That's wild. So
now it's going to speed up to catch that guy.
The car was braking because it was reading that, even though it was moved over to the other lane.
Right, because it saw that there was a car coming out of that, and there's a car there, so it's kind of doing the cautionary tail.
That's interesting. Now, can you turn that feature off?
Oh yeah, it's right here. Boom, it's off. It's off. Pilot assist, it's called.
So now you're driving it.
Oh no, that was adaptive cruise control.
Okay.
The pilot assist keeps it in the lane.
All right. We have Adam say something.
I can't look at the moment. See, here's the good thing about and if your car has the lane assist and the there we go. Hey, we're back. We're on the bridge.
You can see the trusses overhead there.
Yes.
We lost you guys for a minute.
We're not sure if you saw any of what we were saying or not. But
the good thing about the adaptive
cruise control and lane assist is you can look around when you're driving. You know, not you should. And like you mentioned, don't get used to it because if you're in a car that doesn't have it.
Yeah.
But, you know, if I turn it on again, it only works when you have the cruise on. So I have on now. I can like quickly look over here to see. Oh, my mom says you'd like a ride. I'll pick you up and take you for a ride.
There you go.
And Adam says Tourist Trophy motorcycle race on Isle of Man.
Tourist Trophy on Isle of Man. That's it.
Was that the TT?
That is the TT. Thank you so much. And it is primarily motorcycle racing. But oh my gosh, if you ever want to see some of the most horrific motorcycle racing, it's frightening how fast they go. I watch it on YouTube videos occasionally. They're going 150 to 200 miles an hour on these motorcycles. It's insane how they're cornering, and they slow them down when they're cresting hills and the wheels are coming down and they're wobbling like this. And there goes a 1951 Ford pickup truck.
Very nice.
Yeah, red and black. That's my neighbor. Very nice. And there's
Is
another
it your
Tesla.
neighbor?
It is my neighbor.
Teslas are like Toyota Camrys now. That's why I got this car. Because, you know, I didn't need a new car. I like the Kia. It was very nice. But, you know, I initially saw this. I'll be honest, the Facebook advertising didn't work because I kept seeing it, and I clicked on it, and I sent it to my wife because her lease is going to be up soon. I go, hey, here's something. It's got a hatchback. She wanted something a little smaller. She wanted an all electric that had some range. And she's, nah. But like I said, my son looked at it, and he's rarely into cars at all. And he was like, oh my God, that's awesome.
It's interesting that he really liked it because, like you said, he's normally he's not that excited about cars. I don't think I've ever seen him at the car show.
No, I don't think he's ever come. Oh no, he's come to the car show at the church a few times. But he usually would end up seeing friends and hang out with them and go sit in the grass.
Yeah.
But that was years ago because we didn't have it for a whole year.
Yeah. Years ago, back in the before times.
Back in 19. Yeah, when we were. There we go. You ready?
Gee whiz, that's amazing.
Yeah. And
good God, holy crap.
Okay, I shouldn't have done that, but
holy God.
I just hit 90.
Oh my God.
On the 305. There were no cars anywhere around.
Oh my God, that thing is
very
fast.
safe, and I had the lane assist go in case, it's not going to kick us out of the lane.
The thing that amazes me about that is not how quickly you got to that speed, but how quickly you came down from it.
Yeah.
And the car felt completely solid.
Yeah.
It's like being on the Japanese bullet train when it accelerates out of the station. It's unbelievable how smooth that thing is.
Yeah, and the guy behind me in the Hyundai is probably like, what the hell just happened?
Yep, that's what he's thinking. He's creeping up going, what is that?
Actually, she's smiling though. It's an older woman, but she's got a big smile on her face. She's like, well, that was fun.
She's probably talking to somebody, go, I'm behind somebody what in the world is that? Because there's no name or markings.
There's the Polestar logo, but it's body colored.
Yeah,
so no matter what color you have,
see it.
Yeah, it's black, and it's kind of this little boop boop.
And it doesn't say Polestar anywhere on the back of the car, so you have no idea.
No.
Which might be a mistake from a branding recognition perspective.
I think they started it with, what the hell is that? I think that's their goal. But if you look at the Honda in front of us, it doesn't say Honda.
It's got a giant Honda logo.
Well, I've got a giant Polestar logo.
That's true, but the Honda logo has 60 years of recognition.
True.
And it says Civic on it.
It does say Civic.
Yeah.
And the local Honda dealer has their plate on it. It does say
there's
Honda. There's a Maserati.
Yeah, that was and there's a Yorkshire Terrier.
Oh, we're identifying dogs now. It's a mailbox over there. Look at that. There's a Chevy Trailblazer. Oh, nope. It's Chevy Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, for sale. There's some land. We should put a car lot there.
There you go. And again, most of the vehicles we're seeing, SUVs, higher, taller profile vehicles.
3 SUVs in a row.
SUVs.
Another SUV.
Not mini sedans.
That's a little SUV. That's a mini. Yeah. Oh, the Kia Telluride and the Hyundai Palisade, amazing cars.
A lot of car for the money.
Holy crap.
A lot of car for the money, especially that Telluride. And just amazing features inside that car.
Reclining seats for all the rows.
You can't believe you're in a Hyundai.
Yeah.
There goes a Mercedes SUV.
There's another Tesla 3.
Tesla 3.
I think we've seen 100 of them.
100 Tesla 3s.
I think we've seen 100 Tesla 3s today.
Yeah, there have been quite a few of them on the road. And also from a used market perspective, the Tesla 3 is coming on pretty well as a reasonable vehicle to buy. Used Tesla 3s, there goes that's Charlie. That's Charlie. The used Tesla 3s are actually pretty affordable. I see them now in the high 30s to low 40s.
Well, you get a new one almost for that price too.
Not anymore. I don't think so.
Really?
Yeah, I think they're most of them are close to 50 when you're all set.
Oh yeah, because it's like they don't do. They'll announce it as base price $39,999.99,
Right.
and then you get your $7,500 federal tax credit.
Right.
Although I think Tesla's out of the credits.
Are they?
Yeah, I don't know. Once you hit I think once you sell 200,000 cars, the credits are gone.
Ah.
This car has it, and that's why the lease was so cheap, because they took the $7,500 credit for themselves as a leasing company, and they made the residual. They added that to the residual. So the residual on this car is, they gave it to me at 63%. And if you don't know, there's the Hyundai version. If you don't know residuals, that basically means let's say the car was 100,000.
Right.
They're saying it's going to be worth 63,000. So you're only leasing the 40 or the 37,000.
37
of the depreciation is all you're financing.
Wow. So you're financing 37K. So your payment's 400.
Well, this was not a $100,000 car. Yeah. Yeah, it's in the fours.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, like 423, I think. Which is, if you look at a brand new Camry, that's the lease price on a brand new Camry.
Yeah, which is shocking.
Yeah.
Because you see 389, 399 lease advertised for highly optioned Camry. Now, is that you on the brake?
Yeah, no, not at all. I don't know that I've touched the brake once this entire trip.
That's so amazing. I can't get over
that. That wasn't the auto braking. That was just the one pedal driving.
Yeah.
If I let off the gas, it just almost comes to a complete stop.
Now, I know that Tesla has this feature as well, and other cars have this feature. But in this car, it's less noticeable to me, because I've been in Teslas with this feature, and I can tell it feels like it's a little more harsh. This feels very, very smooth.
Yeah, it's a very smooth car.
I wonder if you take your driver's test in a vehicle like this, and you just put it on the automatic mode.
Yeah, you're like talking to the instructor. So anyway,
driver's assist, and it's. I wonder now. You still operate the turn indicators, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, or I wonder if it can detect when you start a turn.
It does, and it also has the headlights.
Oh.
When you go to turn, the headlight turns onto the side, so it gives you corner lighting.
That's also helpful.
Yeah.
Here we are at the corner where goats were brought in. We had
to clear
a herd of goats was brought in to clear the vegetation in this area. It's a very, very eco-friendly way of clearing.
So now that's the Volvo
Tesla.
The Volvo Recharge, the XC40. That wasn't the Recharge. That was the regular XC40. But the Recharge is their electric brand, and it's on the same platform as this. So today they're doing at Jake's. We're pulling the Jake's pickup. They're doing Sconnuts for Spartans.
Oh, we'll have
to
get one.
You come in and you get Sconut for the football team.
And the Sconut, for those of you that don't know, is an amazing creation by Jake at Jake's Pickup on Bainbridge Island, and it combines the scone and the donut together.
I'm going to actually back up a little so I can do a walk.
Tasty.
We'll do a walk around the car before we end the show.
Oh, that's a great idea. Now let's take off our sash.
Yes.
Our gold sash.
So, I'm trying to have my hand cover the camera. I think I fit that. There we go. All right. So we're going to do a walk around of the car.
And then we'll sign off for the.
Doctor says it was pretty obvious how much torque there is. You guys push back in your seats. Make sure to check out that clip. Adam wants me to go to ludicrous speed. Wrong brand, Adam. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I can reverse the camera. Oops, that's the wrong button. I can reverse the camera. Let me go to settings
and go to projecting out.
Camera and front camera, back camera. Here we go. All right.
Are you there?
Hold on. Where's the camera? Front camera, back camera. It should. Oh, yeah, we have horrible signal here. I forgot.
Oh, that's right. Are we still connected?
We're still connected.
All right.
All right. It's not letting me do the back camera. I don't want to post a comment. Hold on a second. We'll be right back with you. Hopefully you can still hear. camera. We'll go back to the front camera.
All right.
All right. Oh, now it's working.
There you go.
Okay. All right. So here's the steering wheel, which, like I said, if you're familiar with Volvo, this is pretty much the exact same wheel. That's their logo. There's the pad and the cameras, as we were showing earlier. You have your rear and your 360. It looks weird right now because the doors are open, but if I close my door, you can see exactly the line here.
Can it tell that this door is open?
It can, because it's all black.
Oh, I see.
It turns the camera off.
Yeah.
All right, flip back to me. Not sure why. All right, now we'll go out of the car. And do a quick walk around of the car. So, there's the car.
A little bit of schmutz left over from the car.
Yes. And now Raffi has now scratched my car with his hand.
No.
Actually, Raffi's hands are made out of microfiber.
Microfiber, that's right.
Look how soft those are.
It's my superpower.
Freakishly soft hands. All right. And then, as I said,
Oh, get a focus on the wheels.
Oh yeah, these wheels are
the
insane.
20-inch wheels.
So you got a 20-inch wheel. There's the Brembo brake.
Yes, with the gold sash color. And there's the only marking on the car.
Yeah, there's the marking on the car. It tells you what it is. And then we have
nothing on the back.
Yeah, the back just has the logo right here.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And there's no way of telling what it is. And you can see from the rear, if you're looking at this car, you're like, what car is that?
Yeah. And the cool thing too with the keys, it comes with this little activity key, they call it. This is waterproof, actually.
Huh.
You can have it in your pocket. You walk up to the car works without. There's no buttons on it, and there's no battery to change. They say if it stops working, bring it back in. They'll give you another one.
It's like a thumb drive.
So it's kind of like a little thumb drive, and it works as the battery.
But it's a car drive.
Right. And then your phone also works as it. You can get on the app, and then you get the regular key. Oh, this guy parking over there. You get the regular key, which is this. If you have a Volvo, you'll recognize that.
Yep.
And it does some cool stuff because when you lock the car, I don't know if you can see, the lights do this little thing. And then when you unlock it, now you really can't see it. At night, it's really cool looking. It looks like Knight Rider. All right. Well,
very nice. Well,
I guess that's it for today. We're here at Jake's. They're doing the Spartan thing, so we'll go buy some donuts from them. Sconuts, excuse me. And that's it.
We'll see you next week.
We'll see you next week. Thanks for watching Clutch Radio. And thanks for listening if you're listening to the podcast. Oh, and if you're a fan of the movie show we do on Mondays, Rat Race is the movie show this week.
Rat Race?
Rat
From the
Race.
80s?
No, Rat Race was 2003 or so.
Oh.
John Lovitz.
Yeah.
Rowan Atkinson. It's a very funny movie. We'll be talking about that on Monday. We'll see you then. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.